Have you ever wondered how the ancient philosophy of Stoicism can help you develop yourself in this modern world? Stoicism, a school of thought dating back to the Hellenistic period, might seem out of place in our digital age. Yet its principles of enduring hardship with resilience, focusing on what's within our control and accepting what isn't, are timeless and incredibly relevant today. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or living a life devoid of pleasure. It's about training ourselves to respond, not react to life's challenges. It's about striving for inner peace, regardless of external circumstances. It's about developing the mental toughness to navigate life's storms with grace and poise. So how can we incorporate this ancient wisdom into our personal development journey? The answer lies in the Stoics' emphasis on simplicity and small, consistent actions. You see, Stoicism isn't a philosophy to be merely studied, it's one to be lived day in, day out. Let's consider a practical example. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and a Stoic, wrote in his Meditations, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." So instead of spending time pondering about what a good person should do, we can take a small step towards becoming one. It could be as simple as choosing to listen more and speak less, being respectful to others regardless of their status, or refraining from gossip. These actions may appear insignificant, but they have the power to transform us in profound ways. In the words of Epictetus, another prominent Stoic, no great thing is created suddenly. So start small. Small steps taken consistently lead to big changes over time. Stoicism offers a roadmap for personal development that is as relevant today as it was 2,000 years ago. By embracing its principles and integrating them into our daily lives, we can cultivate resilience, inner peace, and a sense of purpose. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So take that step today. Embrace the Stoic path to personal development. You might be surprised at where it leads. Scene script. Anxiety seems to be an inevitable part of life, doesn't it? But what if we told you Stoicism offers a way to manage it? Welcome to the second chapter of our Stoic-inspired guide to personal development. Today we're tackling anxiety and the power of routine. The ancient Stoics were no strangers to anxiety. They lived through wars, plagues, and political upheaval, and yet they found serenity in the midst of chaos. Their secret: they understood that while they couldn't control the world around them, they could control their responses to it. This is the cornerstone of Stoicism, focusing on what is within our control and letting go of what isn't. So, how can we apply this to our modern lives? Let's start with a simple, actionable step: building a routine. A routine is a series of actions we control. It's a tool we can use to shape our day, our week, our life. It's a way to create order in the midst of chaos. Now let's bring this concept to life with a practical example. Imagine a morning routine inspired by the Stoics. It might start with a few moments of calm reflection, perhaps with a cup of tea or coffee. Here, you set your intentions for the day, focusing on what you can control. Then, you might move on to some physical exercise, a way to care for your body and mind. Finally, you might end your routine with some learning, perhaps by reading a few pages of a book or listening to an educational podcast. This combination of reflection, physical care, and learning can set a positive tone for the rest of your day, helping you manage anxiety. Remember, the goal here isn't to eliminate anxiety completely. That's outside of our control. Instead, it's about learning to manage it, to live with it, and to not let it rule our lives. And a well-structured routine can be an incredibly powerful tool in this battle. A well-structured routine can be your fortress against anxiety. So let's start building our fortresses one brick at a time. Negative habits can be sticky, right? Stoicism offers a surprisingly simple solution. It suggests giving yourself an explicit order to stop these habits. Now, this isn't about willpower, it's about an internal command. Picture a stern, wise, internal mentor who says, "Enough." This voice isn't cruel, but firm and caring. It acknowledges the pull of the habit, but insists on better. So how do you put this into action? First, identify the negative habit you want to break. Maybe it's procrastinating, overindulging in sweets, or endlessly scrolling social media. Next, visualize your internal mentor giving the command to stop. Hear it, feel it. Then, when the urge for the habit hits, remember your mentor's voice. It's a battle, sure, but it's one you're equipped to win. Repeat this process until the habit loses its power over you. Give yourself the command, and observe as negative habits start to lose their grip. Scene script? Difficulty is a part of life, but what if we could turn it into an ally? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, implores us to do just that. It teaches us to see difficulty not as a hindrance, but as an opportunity for growth. The world is an unpredictable place, filled with challenges that can seem overwhelming. But what if we could flip the script? What if we could view these challenges not as obstacles, but as stepping stones on our path to personal development? Stoics believe that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. So when you're faced with a difficult situation, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Or "How can I use this to grow?" By changing our perspective, we can transform our difficulties into opportunities for self-improvement. Now let's talk about time, our most precious commodity. Stoicism teaches us to manage our time wisely, to focus on what truly matters. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life, to lose ourselves in the pursuit of trivial matters. But Stoicism encourages us to take a step back and ask ourselves, is this worth my time? Is this contributing to my personal growth? Here are a few actionable steps to help manage your time more effectively. First, prioritize your tasks. Determine what's truly important and focus your time and energy on those tasks. Second, eliminate distractions. In our digital age, distractions are everywhere. But by creating a distraction-free environment, you can increase your productivity and make the most of your time. Third, practice mindfulness. Be present in the moment, fully engaged in the task at hand. This not only helps you to work more effectively, but also allows you to fully appreciate and enjoy the process. Remember, each moment is a chance to grow, to learn, to improve. Don't waste these opportunities on things that don't contribute to your personal development. Time is the coin of your life. Spend it wisely. Change is the only constant, yet it can be so hard to accept. And how often do we clutter our lives with the inessential? The Stoics had a fascinating perspective on this. They viewed change as a natural part of life, not something to be feared or avoided. To welcome change, we can start by adopting a mindset of adaptability. When a new situation arises, instead of resisting, we can ask ourselves, what can I learn from this? Or how can this help me grow? On the other hand, the Stoics were masters of simplicity. They believed in focusing on what truly matters and discarding the rest. To apply this principle, we can regularly evaluate our commitments, belongings, and even our thoughts. If something doesn't serve a purpose or bring joy, it's probably inessential. By practicing these two principles, we can create a more meaningful and less stressful life. Welcome change as a friend and let go of the unnecessary. Setbacks can be disheartening, can't they? And we all know the impact of the company we keep. Life is not a straight road. It's a winding path with ups and downs, twists and turns. Everyone faces setbacks, but how we react to them can make all the difference. Stoicism teaches us to view these not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to learn, grow, and strengthen our character. When a setback occurs, instead of wallowing in self-pity or frustration, take a moment to step back. Reflect on the situation. What can you learn from this? How can you use this experience to grow? This perspective shift can turn a negative situation into a valuable lesson. After a setback, it's essential to regain your rhythm. Start small. Take it one step at a time. You don't have to bounce back immediately. It's okay to take time to recover, but do make sure to get back on track. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Now let's turn our attention to the company we keep. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of surrounding yourself with positive influences. The people you spend time with can significantly impact your thoughts, actions, and overall outlook on life. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, it can be challenging to maintain a positive and resilient mindset. Therefore, consciously choose to spend time with individuals who inspire you, challenge you, and help you grow. Seek those who embody the virtues you aspire to, those who fuel your journey of personal development. It's not about cutting off everyone who doesn't serve your goals. It's about being mindful of the energy you're allowing into your life and prioritizing relationships that contribute to your growth and well-being. Remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback. And as for the company you keep, remember that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.